One of the foundations of being friends with our own mind is to be able to work effectively with our thoughts, with our responses to our thoughts, and with the energy and sensations in our body that are stimulated by our thoughts. A powerful technique we use in the living inquiries is mining. We look to see, why is this sensation here? There's one thing I always start with. Is this sensation here to hurt me? Now that's an interesting question, because a sensation that's painful or intense or scary can feel like it might hurt, or maybe it does hurt us. But is there a malice or a bad intention? Is the intention of that energy to hurt me? And if so, how do I know that? There must be words or pictures, because energy itself doesn't have an intention. It's just energy. So if it feels like it's here to hurt me, how do I know that? And then we just look at the words and pictures like we've just been talking about until those dissolve, and then we're left with the pure energy without the words and pictures. And then we look to see what's going on with this sensation. We've peeled off a lot of the words and pictures. We're able now to sit with the energy. We notice it has a location. We might notice if it has a sharp boundary or if it's more diffuse. I have an energy in my heart center and I don't really feel it as far up as the throat. Or I can feel this energy in my gut and it goes from my lower abdomen right up to my rib cage. So we really notice, is it coming out to the sides of the body, the front of the body? Is it filling up the whole space of your body? Is it a 2-inch circle in the middle? We look at the location and the space around it. And if an energy feels quite intense, focus on the space on the outside of the energy. That's a great way to work with energy as well. Then we look at the attributes. Is it moving? What is it that feels threatening about it? Maybe there's a pulsing, maybe there's a pushing at the edges. It might feel very heavy. It could be very still and dark and kind of menacing. That might be what gives it that feel. It could be like a black hole. We feel like if we get too close to it, we're going to be sucked into it, never to return. Is there a contracted feeling to it? Most negative energy has some kind of a contraction, a tightness to it. If you tune into the energy in the back of your body, the back of your neck and shoulders, lots of people hold their tension there. I know for myself, I would relax my shoulders, and there was still kind of an energy back there. And then I had a chronic energy, contracted knot of pain between my shoulder blades, which I thought was physical. Actually, I didn't realize it had anything to do with stress until I had a breakthrough a few years ago, and that energy left and it hasn't come back. There are all these things that are going on in our body, and then we can go right into the center if it's possible. And if it's not, then we just go on the edge. And we just really tune in and go, what is this energy here for? Is it a threat? Does it have a color or an image? If it does, we can look at that, just like we do with other images. What is the experience of being present with that energy? And then we ask, why is it here? Even if it's very painful, if we don't have a sense that it's here to hurt us, if there's no sense of bad intentions there, we're much more able to be present with it and to be interested in it and curious. We really want to invite that forward. What is it doing here? It arose in response to the thoughts that we're having or to our experience. There's a connection between thoughts and energy. Why is it here? Is it here to tell me something? Is it here to warn me? Does it need something from me? My experience is that most people just need to attend to the energy. We just need to see it. As we do that, thoughts and images will come up most of the time. Sometimes they won't. Sometimes we just sit with the energy itself and there's very little thought activity. And as we sit with it, we're giving it that reassurance that we're no longer running away. We want to know, what is it that's going on inside my body in this particular energy? Usually people come to the realization that it's here to protect me, it's here to warn me or let me know about something. Or it's some stored memory of when it wasn't safe, when it felt all alone, and it really just wants to be seen. With the resources we have now, as adults, as people who are on this path of exploration, we're able to be present with this and to see what was way too scary to see before. We have the resources and the strength now that we didn't have before. And this is how we heal. We welcome whatever it is that's here. We don't try to figure it out in our head. We don't try to turn away from it or resist it. To our capacity, we just keep welcoming it in and seeing it. And that's all that needs to happen in order to heal. Next, please watch Tools to Calm Your Nervous System.